On Thursday, April 15, 2010, President Barack Obama toured Space Exploration Technologies, SpaceX, commercial rocket processing facility at Cape Canaveral Air Force Station in Cape Canaveral, Florida, with Elon Musk, SpaceX CEO. Obama also paid a visit to NASA's Kennedy Space Center to deliver remarks on the administration's bold new strategy for maintaining U.S. leadership in human spaceflight.
I do think on the FAA side, just as there is a revolution taking place, a big change taking place in the NASA plans and commercial spaceflight that does need to be matched up the FAA on the space side, which it isn't currently. I do think that is a critical thing.
Well, that's good to know. Yeah. John, FAA, we're going to have to get them involved.
We're going to pick.
Okay, there you go. Have you met John Holder, my national?
I'm the president of science.
National Science Advisor.
Very nice to meet you.
And I'm assuming you know.
Yes, absolutely. Nice to meet you.
Okay, that's terrific. So was construction actually done here in this factory?
Yes.
Or in
This is where
space?
we did the final assembly of the rocket and the spacecraft. So the manufacturing is currently done in California,
Right.
and then we do our testing of the engines in Texas, and then it comes here to the Cape for final assembly.
And this was an old Air Force launch pad, sir, that was accessed over to SpaceX. So great partnership again to be able to provide them with a great capability and share the land here on a long-term lease.
So what's the challenge in terms of getting it out?
The whole rocket's been built from the ground up, so that it's difficult to say that any one particular challenge has been greater than the others because we've developed the engines, the structures, the avionics, the launch operations, all from scratch, basically. I do think some of the regulatory stuff has been challenging, and that's where I think the biggest need is to make changes.
All right.
Yes, sir. And our number one concern, of course, is public safety. And we've been doing the best we can, but public safety is non-negotiable in some places.
Well, absolutely.
So,
We don't want a rocket landing on anybody's head.
you got it, sir.
Right, and we absolutely agree with that. I mean, our goal is to make a much more reliable vehicle, first of all, and secondly, to make a big improvement in cost.
Now, in terms of use, I think the idea is that this would help to supply the space station.
That's correct. So we've already been selected by NASA to perform the cargo transport function that the space shuttle was performing.
Right.
And that decision was made about a year and a half ago.
Right. Now, how long has this taken?
They did a company called PayPal before that. And,
No, I remember.
Yeah.
And
then Tesla as well.
No, you must have like a lot of magic.
And I think it's the most advanced rocket in the world. It's the only rocket that's designed in the This is the most advanced rocket in the world. It's the only rocket that's designed in the This is the most advanced rocket in the world. And the patches you see there are actually bonded on special thermal protection because the real big breakthrough that's needed with rocketry is a truly reusable rocket. You know, if we're to make a revolution in space, it's got to be reusable. If you think about any mode of transport, bicycle, plane,
It's just too expensive to have it disposable.
Exactly. And thus far, it's been an elusive dream in space to create a truly reusable rocket. But that's what we're going to try to do with that. So these are kind of heat tiles for when the stage re-enters to survive the heat of re-entry. So on this flight, we're going to try to recover the first stage, and then later we're going to try to recover both stages. If we can do that, and we can
What would be the key to making sure that
the first stage is tougher because it's an orbit, so there's a full heat shield, and deorbit engines installed during the re-entry. We'll also do practice toward landing, and that'll be kind of the initial phase. And then the later phase will be to have it essentially fly back to the land site and land on it. Great. Guys, we're gonna need you to stay ahead.
Yes, I've talked to them
Some of the outplaces. I've definitely talked to them about some of the outplaces.
once you achieve, you're outside your atmosphere.
Yep. So, if we take a look at the rocket, you see basically with the rocket part, stage rocket. And then a little bit at the top. Yes. So there's a little bit at the top, and then there's basically like a sleeve there. And that puts that in a parking orbit.
Okay.
And it's about 100 miles below the space station or so.
Okay.
And then that little craft has got its little engines on it, and it maneuvers over to space and then return to Earth and just land in the water just off the coast of California. Now, when we go to the manned version, the big change is we need a crew escape system. So sort of an escape rockets in case something goes wrong with the booster. And we're going to do something pretty radical there, which is to build the rockets into the spacecraft itself. So
This was the first and last meeting between two major figures, and they haven't made any public appearances since 2010. The videos are from Barack Obama's presidential archive.
it's the right plan.
Good. Well, congratulations. This is terrific.
Thank you very much.
How's the car doing?
It's doing great, actually.
Yeah.